Hey everyone, it's Jeremy. Well, Jeremy's here, and it is Thursday night, and we're gonna create some art. One of these days, I'll get this intro right. Um, Happy to see you guys. It is Thursday night. We just had a show on Tuesday that was pretty awesome. We had a guest with us, Rome Dog. I'm hoping to do more of those in the future, where we invite some people on. So if anybody's interested in that, reach out to me. Let me know. My email address is on the About tab. So that's the only announcement I've got. Beyond that, I'm ready to just jump right in and get started. So what are we working on tonight? Great question. A couple of months ago, I did some wood burning. So it's a however you pronounce that, pyrography, creating art with like wood burning. And it turned out really cool. I had a piece of wood that kind of had like a live edge to it, and I made these little foxes. They were inside that wood, and the foxes turned out okay. It wasn't the best art I've ever created, and I don't anticipate making the best art tonight either. It's just I had a lot of fun with that art, just because what I did is I took the piece of wood and I went and hid it in the woods. And lo and behold, somebody found it and they let me know, and it was pretty cool. So I thought I'd do that again. I thought I'd create some art on wood, and then with the plan to go and hide it out in the woods somewhere, and hopefully somebody will find it. So if you're into that, that's what we're working on tonight. So if you're not, just hang out and chat with us. That's totally fine too. So I'm gonna jump right in. So yeah, like I said, I got this piece of wood. So the story behind this piece of wood is, we had those hurricanes a little while back. So I live in Kentucky, so I wasn't directly affected by the hurricanes, but we had some really strong winds, and they knocked down some of the older trees that are around. And there was just a bunch of wood. Like if you're into collecting firewood for free, there was just plenty everywhere because everybody's trees were down. So somebody had chainsawed this piece, and it's perfect, right? So like they had sawed it off, so this nice. I mean, you can kind of see where the chainsaw was. Um, but what's really nice is they made this nice like little flat edge down here. So if I wanted to stand it up, I actually could. And also I can like lay it flat if I want to work on it, right? So it's got this really nice bark on it. It's a cool piece, right? So I thought, hey, I'll just use this, kind of reclaim some of the wood that was lost in the storm. So that's what I'm gonna do. I've got two little happy squirrels here. I'm gonna have the squirrels coming out of like a knot in the log if I can. That's the idea at least. So we'll see how it goes. Um, so let me turn on this little thing here. So hopefully, like I've only done one of these before. So hopefully this goes well without me setting fire to my house here. We'll see how it goes. Already the dog's scared. So um, hey, we got Coop Art in the house. We got a kid in the house. We got Willy Nilly in the house, and we got Rome Dog. That's enough for a party. That's awesome. So I'm gonna start with like the eyes here. Um, Again, I don't have a lot of practice with pyrography. In fact, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Pyrography, pyrography, something like that. But how hard can it be, right? Um, I'm gonna get started on the eyes here. Hopefully, this will turn out all right. Like, there's a few things I think I screwed up with on the fox, and I'm hoping to like learn from those mistakes. One of it is in order to create like a three-dimensional thing, I have to spend a little bit of time on the wood here, surrounding the squirrels so that that looks realistic. I didn't do that with the fox all that well, I think. So I'm gonna try to fix that. So how you guys doing tonight? You guys looking forward to the weekend, hopefully? Um, Now that we got all that election business out of the way, we can go back to living our lives, having fun, enjoying things, maybe watching TV without ads. Well, there's always going to be ads, but at least they won't be election ads, so that's good. Hey, Warhorse, how's it going? Back to back to life, I guess. I don't know. I'm already kind of checked out for the holidays in my mind. I've got a ton of work to do, so I can't really check out, but in my mind, I've already checked out. I just want this year to be over. It's not like this year was particularly bad or anything. It just, actually, it was kind of good. Starting out this year back in February, I guess I'll do a recap at the end of the year, but starting out the year back in February, that's when I started doing my coffee art, and that really took off this year. I uh, I got those commissions to do those bourbon bottles. That was this year. That was kind of cool. So. And that's been all downhill since then. No, I'm just kidding. It's been great. It's been fine. Um, hey, Rum Dog, how's it going, man? Yeah, so like again, I mentioned at the top of the story, but if you guys haven't had a chance to watch the live stream from Tuesday, where I'm sharing the space with Rome Dog, that was a lot of fun. I thought that was cool. We've done a few community streams in the past. Like I did a stream last year sometime where people sent in like viewer art, like people sent in art that they had done and everything, and I showed that off. Might do another one of those at some point. But I really like the sharing the space with people. That was kind of cool. I like having people to talk to while I'm doing this stuff. So Squirrel, he's gonna have a smile on. There's this lady. I gotta remember her name every time I forget. Um, I think it's like Hippie North or something like that. She is so good at pyrography. Like she does wildlife pictures as well, and she's the person I aspire to be. Like she is really good. Um, she's on I think it's Hippie North. I'm not sure. But she's on TikTok. I think she's on YouTube too, but she's definitely on Instagram. Um, and she creates this amazing stuff. All right. So got a face there to anchor. So I think that's cool. I'm going to move on to the other squirrel. I'm going to do the eyes of that face, and then I'm going to start kind of filling in things. So hopefully I don't drop this. That's what I'm worried about. I don't want to start a fire. That would be bad. So also there's like a bit of a knot here, so I'm kind of curious how this is going to work with that. Um, actually, I think it's going to work just fine. So when picking your wood for pyrography, I'm going to pronounce it different ways throughout this entire thing. Um, you want some wood with some. Hey, okay, Larry's back. Hey, how's it going, man? Welcome back to the show. When picking the wood for your pyrography, you kind of want something with like some unique features to it. Like the wood itself is like part of the art. Um, like if you're doing a painting or you're doing a drawing or something, the canvas doesn't really play a part so much, or the paper don't doesn't really play much of a part. But certainly when you're doing pyrography, the wood does matter. Like I've seen some people uh, who does wood burning on like simple, round wood and stuff like that. That's not for me. I want the wood to be kind of interesting. And I thought this one was kind of cool. I like the shape of it. I definitely like the bark. I don't know what kind of tree this is. Uh, it's a dead tree, um, but it's pretty cool. Like if I ever did a serious piece, like if I was doing something that I thought would hang up in like an office building or in a gallery or something like that, I would take some more time to like pick out the wood. I would actually go to um, like a wood mill and like maybe pick out some oak or something special. This right here, I just wanted to like use the wood that was available. Like I said, this is from the storms after the hurricane, so I thought it'd be kind of cool to kind of like, you know, that wasn't a fun thing for people. So I thought if I can make some cool stuff out of like the stuff that wasn't cool, that'd be fun. Not fun, but you know, that'd be a good use of my time, I thought. So that's what we're doing. Again, I don't really know what I'm doing though, so it's like I don't know what techniques to use for this. Not like when I'm drawing with charcoal or I'm doing a coffee painting or something where I picked up some tricks. I'm still learning things here. I mean, the basics are pretty simple. So like you have a bunch of different tips. This one has like a pointy end that I can use for like the line parts, but then I can also use, I think, let's see if I can try to do that. So I can use the flat edge to kind of like do larger areas. Ah, flames. That's awesome. So I think that combination is really good. Like there's a bunch of different tips I can choose, but I don't see myself swapping out all that out. It's certainly not during like a live stream where I actually have to like let it cool and use a screwdriver to actually take it out. But yeah, sandpaper eraser. Yeah, there you go. So I do have. I probably won't use it. I might try to use it. I do have like an X-Acto knife type deal. But yeah, sandpaper will lift up some of the stuff. It's kind of like the kneaded eraser if you were doing charcoal. I have learned some tips like that, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, that's a great tip. I appreciate that. Sounds like you might do some of these yourself. If so, that's kind of cool. Feel free to email those to me and share them because like I always like to see what you guys are working on as well. You like the same? Yeah, I like doing like wood uh with a wildlife. You know, it is a cool theme because again the goal is and I never made the video for it where I was hiding the maybe I'll maybe I'll finally get around to doing that. But I ended up hiding the other one in a park nearby. You know, it's kind of frequented. I think I might hide this one a little bit better because that one was found like the very next day, but that's still kind of cool. It was found by a guy who was out there, not really hiking. It's not that big of a park, but he was out there going for a walk with his kids, and I think he said his kids found it and showed it to him and stuff, which is pretty awesome. You know, like imagine that, like you're out going for a walk in the woods in a park, and you see like, oh, there's this like little stump over here. Oh, there's like little squirrels or foxes or something like that on it. That's what this is all about. I think that's kind of cool. More artistic pyromaniac. Yeah. There's some other like things that I don't really have the tools for. So like a blowtorch for doing like a lot of the darker areas and stuff. I don't have all that stuff. Or I don't think I do. But I don't know. If I enjoy this, I'll stick with it and keep at it. And what I mostly like about this is that you can create art that is, somewhat weatherproof. Like I can put this out in the woods and I don't have to worry about it. I'm sure there's other things that I can do, like sculptures and stuff in that same kind of yeah, see like doing like little cross hatching here. This is nice. I like this. I feel like the more I do this, I'll learn some cool techniques. But that's kind of cool. He's got kind of like a mohawk right now. That's pretty awesome. So I wish there was a wireless version. I don't know how that would work, but if there was a wireless version of this little burn tool, that'd be cool. So yeah, I mean, if any of you guys ever do like wood burning, I'd be interested in seeing what you guys do. I don't know. I've never. It took me a while to warm up to. I think pyrography has made a comeback because, like, I remember, when I was a kid, they had these like little wood burning tools in the stores and stuff. And I wasn't too impressed by what people were making with them. Like, people were doing basically the kind of stuff that you can do with a glow forge nowadays. They might write like Merry Christmas from the Smiths or something like that. They weren't doing anything really impressive. It's only like recently that I started going to art shows and seeing some of the stuff that people are doing. And I guess they probably have always been doing it, but I have only noticed it recently. And I'm like, man, that's actually really cool art, especially if you take like wood and you make, squirrels on it or boxes or something like that. If you just do like, I don't know, a person or something like that, it's probably not gonna be as cool. Like if I were to do like I don't know, like my Beetlejuice picture from the other day, if I just did Beetlejuice and wood burning, I don't think it would look as cool. But doing like a little wildlife character as if it's part of the wood, that's kind of neat. I like that. Kettle corn. I don't know why you guys are talking about kettle corn, but I'm in. Let's do it. Is there a fair nearby or something going on this weekend? It is almost Thanksgiving. Can you believe it? Hey, Hater, how's it going? I am doing well. Appreciate you stopping in. Glad to see you back. That's cool. Yeah. A lot of people, they come and go and stuff like that, which is it's kind of cool that people do come back after a while and stuff. I subscribe to some channels that like I don't know. I subscribed to them years ago and I've never checked back in. So I appreciate your guys' support. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that wood burning is fun? Do you think it's kind of like old school? Do you think have you guys ever seen like work done by burning that you were really impressed with? Kind of curious because like I enjoy it. I think I will do more of it, but I think I don't see myself doing it enough to where I become a master at it. I think it's more like just okay, I want to hide some art out in the woods and stuff, and this is the best way to do that because that's really the fun part. Willy nilly's like I would WOOD like to try it. That's funny. I like it. It's awesome. Let's see. I totally felt like a rock star after the stream. Thanks everyone. You are a rock star, Rome. I'm telling you, man. You've got the gift for gab, and you don't even know it. Honestly, I'm not used to talking a lot myself, and I've only developed the habit after doing the stream. Now I talk all the time, probably too much. Um, I feel like you can be that as well with a little bit of time. I mean, you get over it pretty quick. You get over yourself. Plus, I don't know, I never really talk well anyway. Like I'm always stumbling over my words and stuff. But that's also the drinking, maybe. I I do drink a lot on this show, so. Alright, so I like when I really get like a burned edge here. I like when it goes from glowing to not glowing. I smoked a brisket today. Like I'm all about burning stuff today. Like I spent most of the day smoking a brisket. It turned out really good, by the way. Jeremy, please refrain from continually surprising us with new drawing techniques, say for some future streams. Yeah, I do like to be consistent. I think that's important as an artist to kind of like do something, do something. You don't have to be good at everything that you do, but you should try to be really good at one thing. And you know, I do try that, and I do think that that's good advice for artists. Like if you are wanting to, if you wanting are wanting to be an artist, like a good artist or something, just practice one thing and just keep practicing it and try to do it really well. That said, I also get but kind of bored sometimes, and I want to do different things. So I'm not going to do that, But I'm not trying to grow like a humongous channel either. I think I'm at like 900 something. I'm not going to blow up here because the people who do blow up on YouTube and stuff. They are consistent. They're professionals. I just like to have fun. I like to hang out with you guys. I like to uh I like to create art that I can go and hide out in the woods, So your really good painter is not going to be able to do that. I don't know, maybe they can. This bending, I'm like I said, there's a bunch of different tips I could be using, but I think this one's all right. So this is the part that I need to learn how to do better, right? So like I need to learn how to like shade. I imagine it's like that tattooing that we talked about the other like on Tuesday. Rum Dog does tattooing, and I have a lot of questions about that because I'm like, how do you do shading? It's kind of the same here, but I don't know. I'll do some cross hatching. I don't know how to make it look super realistic, but I will work on that. I will develop my craft. The lady that I would like to be as good as one day. She is super good at doing all that stuff. Her stuff looks super realistic. Oh, I can move this stuff. Like I forgot. This isn't taped down like my paper usually is. I usually tape my paper down so that it doesn't move while I'm drawing. Uh, just because I like video these things and I try to make shorts out of them, I'm probably not going to do that with this one. I don't know how that would work. Well, maybe I can do like little clips or something. I'll figure it out. Dog said that was a good break in. That was a good break in. Yeah, the Hulk Rome Dog is a Hulk was pretty creative. I like that. I think it turned out really well. The you know, the theme that we came up with the superheroes and stuff. I was like, after thinking about it, I'm like, why did I choose superheroes? That's probably not something other people are really into and stuff. But then, you know, you knocked out of the park, Rome Dog. Yeah, truly a rock star. Like, he's got the personality for you too. Should just you know, do some live streams on your channel, come back on mine whenever you want. Make us we'll definitely make a start. What's the line from Young Guns that Billy the Kid says that I'll make you famous. I won't make you famous. You'll make yourself famous, but I'll try to help. I'll contribute 5 people to your famousness. 5 people will know you because of me. It's good. It looks a little cartoony, but I think this is fine. I think it looks cute. I'm gonna keep working on it and try to. It was the same thing with the fox. That's why I'm not too happy with my my wood burning results so far, but it's still fun, you know. And it's still fun like actually hiding the art. The guy who found it, he was so nice. He was like, "Thank you so much." Like it, you know, it made his day, which I thought was cool, you know. That's like I don't know that you you get through life and you like are trying to make it I I don't know, just make your life enjoyable or something. The best way to make your life enjoyable is to make somebody else's day enjoyable, right? So like if you can make somebody else's day like awesome, then your day is going to be awesome, or at least it is for me. Like I can bring a smile to somebody's face by hiding art out in the woods. It is kind of like I would love to run into somebody else's art. That's the thing. So I'm like thinking about it like this is actually the motivation. I'm like if I was walking in the woods and I saw this sitting off to the side, just sitting there with these 2 little squirrels on it looking at me, I would think that's kind of cool. You know, like archaeologists go into like I think it's in France or something. They go into those caves and they find like the you know, the ancient drawings and stuff of like little people with spears and like riding horses and stuff like that from like thousands of years ago, or like out west, the petroglyphs and stuff. Imagine walking, just minding your own business and coming across one of those things. That would be awesome to me. I'm gonna start a movement. So like it's like geocaching, but it's art. So art caching, art geocaching. We'll workshop a name. You guys help me with the name on that. But let's start a movement where people intentionally make art that they hide for others. I don't think it's going to catch on, but you know, a lot of people do art just for the sake of doing art. You know, they're not trying to make money off it. That's the reason why I don't know if it'll catch on. A lot of people actually want to make money off their art, so just hiding it and giving it away. But you know, it maybe one piece or something. You know, just to kind of like a lot of people donate art, so maybe it will catch on. Anyway, I need a cool name for it. Something like geocaching for art, but not art caching. That doesn't say that you're actually hiding it out in the woods. I don't think. But anyway, I think that would be fun. Um, to like encourage people to just to like make not I gotta choose my words because like now I'm thinking about it, it's like, well, how is that not vandalism? So like if I encourage people to create art for people to find, they'll just go out there and like carve on trees and stuff like that. There's got to be some rules to it. Willie Nelly says, I want to hide rocks with art on them. There we go. Yeah. So like I mentioned this this rock the other day. So this one here, my brother gave it to me. He lives in Frederick, Maryland, so he gave this to me. And this you can hide that out in the woods. I think a lot of people do actually. So that kind of stuff, I definitely encourage that. But also, I want you to think bigger. So that little tiny one, I want you to create like a big rock, like a boulder or something like that. Which you can carve that like a bigger rock pretty easily with like a Dremel or something. Maybe I'll try that sometime. But yeah, I encourage that. Like get a big stone, like something this big, and have at it. I think that would be cool. And if you do that willy nilly, let me know what you make and maybe take a picture of it and stuff like that. And if you want somebody to find it, like I'll make a challenge out of that. So you go hide it, and you tell me, like whatever clues you want to give or something, and I'll make a thing out of it here on YouTube. Be like Willy Nilly's rock treasure hunt. Would be awesome. I support that. I like I like these really dark marks that I make. Those are cool. What'd you all have for dinner? So I spent the day smoking a brisket. That's what I had. Oh, cool. I like fire. That's so awesome. I want to get another fire going. Those are a little bit like jarring, like when it just catches fire like that. You wonder like, did I do something wrong? The last time I did the fox, I had a lot of wood to cover. I don't think I'm gonna finish this tonight because like that fox one that I did. By the way, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, I did post that to the community tab. You might have to scroll a little bit, but somewhere on there is the foxes that I made that I hid out in the woods. I've got some video, like I said, of me hiding it that I just haven't made a video out of. At some point I will. I don't know. I've just been super busy. Um, but maybe I'll combine it with this one and knock two videos out at one time. But yeah, it started a movement where it's like hidden art. I mean, it just brightens somebody's day to come across something creative like that. I think it's cool. That brisket looks amazing. I tried it, but it cooked too fast. Mm. Yeah, you gotta. I don't know. I kind of cheated at the end. I kind of like turned up the heat to like by turn up the heat I meant put more charcoal on the grill to heat it up. But again, I've been smoking it all day, so like it was fine. But you're really supposed to smoke like brisket for like 20 hours or something. I don't have that kind of patience. I do have a technique that I use for like doing the grill that I don't have to replace charcoal too often. So that's kind of cool. Maybe I'll do a video about that sometime. The art of smoking a brisket. Did you use that special paper, like the butcher block paper? Nah, I didn't wrap it. Like I know that that makes it juicier and kind of traps all the stuff. You're basically steaming the brisket at that point. I didn't do all that. If I was doing it for others, yeah, I would put all that extra effort in. I just want something that tastes like it's been on the smoker all day. That's all I care about. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care what, like. I just want something that has been smoked. And to me, like it was so good. It's better than steak in my opinion. So we got two basic little squirrels in here now. Let's see if I can kind of develop them a little bit further. Get like little marks to represent. So this is the challenge. And I imagine it's the same with tattooing. So I want to create some like value. So I want the face, the front part to be a little bit darker than the other parts. So I kind of have to hash in some marks to accomplish that, which I think is fine. So the other thing I didn't do with the Fox one that I think I'm going to do with this one is I didn't oil it up or anything like that. I think doing something like that would make it look cool too. I don't want to stain it because I think that takes away from the natural look of the wood burning. But oiling it up, I don't even know what kind of oil. Like, I'll have to look that up. But I think oiling it would be a good idea. I need to name these squirrels. Is Chip and Dale wrong because they're not chipmunks? Hater, I had butter, chicken, and rice. See, you guys with that Indian food, man. You guys make me jealous. I love Indian food. Yeah, you guys got the right idea. I never make that myself. I always go to like a restaurant because I always feel like I'm doing it wrong. When it comes to ethnic food, I have to get it from the source. I don't feel like I like even like Chinese food. I don't feel like I can make Chinese food right. And then when I get ethnic food from like a restaurant or something like that, I want to order it right. Like I spent a lot of time on this. So like um when I first started drinking drinks and stuff, right? Like a martini, for example. I I'm a big old nerd, so I didn't know how to order a proper martini. Um, so I actually looked that kind of stuff up. Like I looked up how to order a martini, and the proper way is that you tell them what kind of martini, like you tell them what kind of vodka you want, or it could be gin, uh, what kind of gin or vodka, and then you tell them how you want it presented. So it's like for example, like for gin, I want a beef eater gin up with an olive. That's the proper way to order a martini. So you're telling them what kind of gin you want. Well, you first off, you're telling them that you want gin instead of vodka. That's important because a lot of people have vodka martinis nowadays. It used to be all gin. A proper martini is gin, by the way. Um, you can have a vodka martini, but that's not the proper way to have a martini. Um, so you're telling them what kind of gin you want. You tell them how you want it presented. So you want it up. That means it's in a stem glass instead of like a tumbler or something like that. And then you tell them what kind of garnish you want because, like, while olives are traditional, a lot of people drink martinis with, like cocktail onions or, whatever. Like, actually, like how you dress your martini is um, is a common way of like being unique, I guess, when making your cocktails. So anyway, I looked all that stuff up because I'm a big old nerd and I don't know how to function in the world without looking up the answers. So um, I don't know what my point was with that, but oh yeah, so like when I order ethnic food from an actual person who is from that country or something, like say I was ordering from Thai food. Um, I want to make sure that I'm ordering in a way that respects their culture, not just their, like I don't want just their food. I want to be friends, right? I want them to like think, oh, this dude, he made an extra effort. So I looked up how to say thank you in Thai, and I'm probably going to mispronounce this, but it's I think it's kapkun. So when you order your noodles, you say kapkun, and it's just a nice little like exchange. Like you took the time. Like if you go to a Mexican restaurant, like I mean, this is too easy because everybody knows gracias. But if you take the time to actually say gracias, now that's a little more common, so people aren't going to be like, oh wow, he took the time and all that stuff. But it's still not kind of nice. But certainly, something like Thai food or something where speaking Thai is a little bit more esoteric, at least here in the United States. Um, I think it's cool. I think it's nice. Like when I said Kapkun, they were like, oh, cool. Like it would have sucked if they then started talking in Thai, and I'd be like, because I have no idea. I don't know any other phrase, and I'm probably not even pronouncing that one right. But anyway, I make the effort. Just like learning how to order like a martini, learning how to place a bet on a horse. These are all things I looked up just to make sure I get them right. As a big old nerd. Anybody? Um, Kid tried French onion soup accompanied by a ciabatta bread, topped with your favorite cheese. That sounds good. That sounds great. Yeah. So, unless I'm mispronouncing it, I do know how to say thank you in Thai. All right, buddy? Bear, bear. Got like a cold or something like that. Either that or allergies. I always worry about my dogs whenever they make noises and stuff because like I don't know. Like it's not like they can say, "Hey, I'm having trouble over here." You have to kind of. The other thing is I get really paranoid about my. I've had so many pets pass away that the slightest little thing makes me worry about them. At some point, I need a blowtorch so I can do like like up here, like a lot of this is going to be dark down here, and so on. All right, let's see. So this guy is chewing on a nut. I'm using like a picture off of Getty Images and stuff. I know that I should probably cite my work, but I'm changing it enough to where I don't feel too bad about it. I don't know how to I don't know how to make it look like a nut without make it recognizable. I don't know. I'll give it a shot, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'm always worried about like dropping this so that like this is the wood here. I want to start a fire. Willie, did you order the butter chicken from a takeaway or did you make it yourself? Okay, Larry says, I gotta run. Squirrels look amazing, Jeremy. Thanks, okay, Larry. As long as you check in with us, we're fine. Like, whenever you're not here, Larry, people start panicking. Like you have to show up or at least check in. So I appreciate you checking in. Hey, Huli, how's it going? We're making some art to hide in the woods. That's what we're doing today. So like once these little squirrels here are done, I'm gonna like oil this up so that it looks nice and stained and so forth. Not actually stained. I'm just gonna use some oil. Um, Once I do all that, I am going to find a place out in the woods to hide this, and hopefully somebody will come across it and be like, "Hey, that's pretty awesome." That's the goal. Yeah. Um, like I said, I did one of these before, and the guy who found it, he was so nice. He was like, "Man, you made my day. I appreciate it." And I was like, "That's awesome. I want to do that again." And I've just been putting it off, um, partially because I don't think I'm very good at pyrography yet. Like, still kind of like learning some of the techniques and stuff, but I'll get there. My stuff doesn't look as cool as like the people that I aspire to be like. But it's not. What is it? That's one of the things that they criticize millennials for. It's like you just automatically think that you're gonna be good at something, even though you've never really tried it and stuff like that. I mean, you have to actually put in the effort. You have to practice. You have to that you're not just born with the skill to create squirrels with fire. It's an acquired skill. You have to work on it. Um, in fact, for those of you who are aspiring artists and you're just getting started and stuff, that's all it is. Art isn't it? Like a lot of people talk about, you're born with like an artistic, you know, like the tendency to be artistic and stuff like that. And that's all true. Like, yeah, some people are born with the desire to be an artist more than others. Some people aren't interested in it at all, but it is an acquired skill. Like anybody can do it. I really believe that anybody can do art. It's just you got to practice. It's like video games. Like anybody can pick up a controller and eventually master a game. It's like the games when you first start playing the game, it's a little awkward. And like it takes a little getting used to and stuff like that, but it's an acquired skill. Eventually you get the hang of using an Xbox controller or PlayStation controller and stuff, and then you just become good at it. Art is like that. Now, some people are probably going to be better at art than others, but it is mostly like an acquired skill. The reason why I say some people are going to be better at, some people just naturally have better hand-eye coordination. Better they see details that other people may not see or something like that. I still think a lot of that is something you can learn, but not all of it. So um, some people are going to be better at it than others, but anybody can create art. Anybody can do this. This is not complicated. You can learn to do this. If I didn't think somebody would burn down my studio, I would open a studio and teach people how to do like wood burning stuff, even though I don't really know how to do it. That is one way to learn, like if you want to like learn a skill, try to teach it, you know. Try to write out the instructions on how to do something. Um, I sometimes I talk about the little technique that programmers use to work through a problem. There's actually a Wikipedia article on it. I forget the title of it, but it's like explain it to a duck, you know. So like you have a little rubber ducky sitting on your desk, and if you're working through a problem, if you can articulate it to the duck, then half your problem solved because like you're able to like work through it by I don't know. It's like the boogeyman. Like if you give it a name, you can banish the monster. Squirrels are amazing. Thanks, Lorraine. I appreciate that. By the way, hi Lorraine. Lorraine wants the butter chicken recipe. Hater, if you're still around, that does sound good. I don't know if I could do that though. Like I feel like butter chicken. I'd rather go to like an actual Indian restaurant and get it done properly. I don't know if I trust myself to make that. Um, I try sometimes to make like I don't know, like taco. Hold on, there you go. Sometimes when I reach over here, I mess with the wire, so hopefully that doesn't screw up again. All of my wires are barely like they're hanging out of my computer, but I use that USB thing so often that they just barely hang in there. I wish I had this wire is getting in my way. There you go. Put it this way. There you go. Check that out. So now the wire's out of the way. I'm so smart. I'm a genius. Anyway, I wish I had like a better, bigger tool, um, so that I can do like larger swaths of area. But I've seen other people, like professional people who do this regularly. They use like a blowtorch. I don't have one of those, so I have to do this slowly. But that would be a cool little thing to. Yeah, I like that wrapping the wire around my smart. Um, That is a trait of artists, by the way. You're not just like create. You're not just being creative. You're actually this is what I love about art is a lot of it is problem solving, right? So like the obvious problem is how do I translate two squirrels onto a piece of wood, but also like what medium do I use? How do I use it properly? How do I create the effect of bushy tail, um, which is what I'm kind of working on here. Up here, the tails are supposed to be kind of bushy, and then it kind of disappears into like the hole in the tree. Making a batch of chili to freeze and then tailgate on Sunday. Oh, nice. Huli lives the life I want to live. Huli's got a great life. Sometimes Huli shares with me her vacation photo. She's got a great life. She's out there having fun, living the best life. You guys might be wondering why Huli's blue. Huli is always the mod on every channel that she shows up on. It's just like Huli shows up on a channel and subscribes, and she's automatically made a mod. I'm joking, but yeah, she's like the one person everybody trusts to be a mod. Not always. I don't know about that. I saw that Sean from Flipside's back. That's awesome. That's cool. I've been on his show once before, like way back in the day. I want to say back in 2018, something like that. We were talking about the illustrations in the Thrill of the Chase book, Alan Polton stuff. Um, it was like a long time ago. Lorraine, I'm going to write it. Like if you guys ever want to like communicate amongst each other without like sharing your emails and stuff like that, I think I have Lorraine's email. So like if you wanted to like forward the recipe through me to Lorraine, I could do that. I'm a conduit. How do I want to? Sorry about my squeaky chair, by the way. I need to WD-40 it or something. There's um there's another tip that's kind of like a horseshoe. I don't like it though. It leaves these weird marks. I like these like lines. It makes me like even though it's kind of boring, at least they're consistent. Like it'd be kind of weird to have like lines and then like some being kind of like a horseshoe. So on this side, I got to create like an actual sharp edge, and then on this side, I've got to create like the three dimensionality of the wood. So it kind of comes around and kind of comes in up here, and then yeah, I got to do that's something I didn't do with the foxes so well. I didn't make the background three-dimensional enough. So I'm going to try to make up for that here. Yeah. All right, this being wrapped around my thing is starting to get annoying. I want to start another flare up. Did you like you guys saw that one flare up? I thought that was cool. Like if you're not starting fires when doing pyrography, you're not living up to your potential. Like I want, you know how like chefs like did a little fire in the pan for no reason whatsoever. That's what I want to do with like this stuff. I just want like a, and then like a squirrel pops out from the fire. Squirrels will come. This is kind of disrespectful now. And now that I think about it, because how many squirrels actually die in like forest fires and stuff? Is it disrespectful to like burn squirrels into wood? I'm gonna have to think about that one. Yes, these are the weird things that I think about. These are pretty cute, Jeremy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Is it disrespectful? Is it disrespectful to burn squirrels into wood because sometimes squirrels are literally burned into woods? Why am I laughing when I'm saying that? That is not funny at all. It's kind of funny. No, it's not funny. It's definitely not funny to think of a big flaming squirrel running out of the woods. That's not funny at all. Although, like a cartoon squirrel running out of the woods with their tail on fire, that would be funny. I had a cat, so I still do sometimes burn candles, but I used to do it all the time. Uh, and I never really paid attention to candles the way I should. And one time I accidentally not set my cat on fire, but my my cat did catch itself on fire a little bit because it wasn't paying attention. It walked over the candle, and its belly kind of burned a little bit. It was fine. Like he didn't catch fire, but he did singe his belly. Not the cat I've got now. It was a previous cat. Not that the previous cat like isn't around because it caught on fire or anything like that. I'm just saying, just relating a story. Let's see. I do like this tip. This tip is like stabbing at the wood. pretty nice. But again, it's not as realistic as I want it to be. So, and it may just be because like it takes time or something. Like you have to spend more time on it than I can really put in 2 hours. You know, you're gonna make the best cat food wine. That is the funniest thing, though. That is the funniest thing. And I, like for the longest time, Rome, I did not know what to to think of you. When you first suggested the cat food wine, I'm like, who is this guy? Like, this guy's literally insane. So I'm glad that we actually got to hang out like on the live stream the other day because I got to know you a little bit better, and I'm not as worried about you as I was before. Um, but yeah, like just cat food wine and stuff. I was a little bit concerned at first. I mean, not that I would care. Like, I would talk to a crazy person, no problem at all. But I no longer think you're crazy. So you got that going for you. I no longer think you're crazy, but I did for a little while. No, I mean, actually, talking to crazy people that's sometimes like one of the joys in life because they just say the most interesting things. Like there's a quote by Jack Kerouac. Um, where he says the only ones for me are the mad ones, right? And I just love Jack Kerouac anyway. He's a great writer, or he was a great writer. Um, one of the people that I always aspired to like live like. But anyway, um, I love that quote by him because he's like, they never say a commonplace thing. They're just a lot more interesting. Like there's other quotes from other people that are similar, probably from like I don't know Alice in Wonderland or something like that. Was it Lewis Carroll who wrote that? But Jack Kerouac because it's just like one of my all-time favorite writers. It sticks out. But yeah, like I mean, I don't know where you find crazy people, but if you get a chance to find one, go go and chat with them for a bit, and for a little while. Not don't let their worldview become your own. Like actually keep one foot in reality. But it is nice to talk to people who are not in reality at all. Um, and we're all like a little bit crazy. We're all a little bit eccentric. We all have like we're all on the spectrum of like I have not ever met a person who has complete completely rational thoughts, right? So like we all think of ourselves as rational beings, and for the most part we are. Most part normal people are, right? Like the people like your family, coworkers, things like that. Most people are rational beings, but you know what? Every single one of them believes something completely irrational, and it may be like I don't know, it may be something subtle, like it could be something like they have a superstition with their sports or something. I don't watch a lot of sports, but like they have to wear their team's color or something, or else they believe that their team isn't going to win. And it may be that they don't actually believe that, but they still wear the team colors just because they're like nervous. Like that one time that they don't wear their team colors, their team is going to lose, right? That's not really a rational thought. Um, that is irrational. It is superstition, and it's kind of like on the mild scale. Like it's not like they believe something that is totally divorced from reality. Um, I mean, they might still believe something totally divorced from reality, but as far as things go, um, like sport traditions out of superstition and stuff, that's kind of on the mild scale. And I'm not picking on sports, but we all have something, right? We all have something that's not rational, like you know, like the other day when I drew like Bigfoot or something, like I don't really believe Bigfoot's out there, but I at least allow for the possibility that Bigfoot's out there. Chances of Bigfoot being out there is pretty slim. So if I took the thought that Bigfoot was out there seriously, that would probably be one of those things that I'm totally comfortable believing. I have no problem believing in Bigfoot, but that's not a completely rational thought. Like I just like the idea of Bigfoot. I think Bigfoot's cool. Um, I like the idea of like chupacabra. Whether or not a chupacabra actually exists, I like the idea of it. So I'm going to support I'm going to support chupacabras, even though it's not like a rational belief that they exist. I want to live in a world where chupacabras exist, so I support the idea of chupacabras. But everybody has something, you know. Um, I like Michael Scott's take on it. It's like I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious. You know, I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious. And you know that's why I never really argue with people who who have like religious beliefs that I don't hold, or um, you know, like beliefs in the supernatural that I may not have, or you know, I think there's probably like a good like reason to think aliens exist. Whether or not aliens actually come to visit and there's UFOs flying around and stuff like that, I don't know. I'm pretty agnostic on those things, but I wouldn't hold that against somebody who had that kind of belief because I really don't know. And also, I'd be a huge hypocrite because like even though I may not have the same belief that somebody else has. Like I may not believe their UFO story, but I probably believe my own UFO story. You know, like I've seen something that looked like a UFO to me. So you can't tell me I didn't see that, um, even though I'm not like believing your story. I'd be a hypocrite if I just kind of disregarded UFOs totally. I don't know how I got on that topic, but I do agree with myself on that. Like everybody's nuts to a degree. Oh yeah, that's right. I was encouraging everyone out there to go talk to a crazy person. It's not hard. You can find them. Just go to any major city and just hang out on the street for a while. You'll encounter somebody. Mental health um, issues are quite commonplace actually. And if they're not, hey, guess what? There's a lot of people out there on drugs. So you will find somebody who has checked out of reality pretty easily. And just talk to them for a while. You know, don't let their reality become your own, but spend a little bit of time talking to them. Most people think that people like with like literally, I've talked to crazy people like out on the street and stuff. People who like yell at the sky and stuff like that. Um, people are concerned about things like that. They're harmless. They really like they their mental issues are so great that they're not thinking of harming you. They're just nuts. So let's go and chat them up for a while, or go talk to an old person who's seen how. I don't mean to make fun of old people, but there are some crazy old people. Go talk to a senile old person. It'll change your life. Finally, and the chicken back into the sauce. Let it simmer. And you guys make me hungry with your recipes. Maybe if I just yeah, I think I can get some shading in here. Just spend some time with it. See if I can get this guy's little paw kind of coming around. Rome loved those people that yelled at the sky. Yeah, people who yell at the sky. Go talk to some people who yell at the sky. I think everybody should at some point. He would pull me towards them. We'd sit and talk to a couple of them. That's cool. Well, you were talking about how you were hanging out at a rest area. Literally, that's where you find crazy people. Like there were crazy people at rest areas. Um, when I was a teenager, I feel like all my stories are like when I was a teenager because I just don't do these things anymore. But I used to do them all the time. When I was a teenager, me and my buddy, we used to go to rest areas just to just meet people. Like rest areas are cool here in the United States. I know that some of you guys aren't from around here, but here in the United States, rest areas are cool because like people are coming and going, and they're from all over the world, or like they're all over from all over the country. Um, you know, they're taking a break from like a long journey. It's just kind of cool to see like that cross section of America that only occurs at like rest areas or maybe truck stops. Truck stops are kind of cool too for doing this. But yeah, just hang out there and just see what kind of people come through. Just odd conversations that people have. Like I would have so much fun. Like again, I'm a little bit too old for this, but when I was a teenager, I had a lot more. I was a lot braver. But yeah, just talking to people at rest areas, who are traveling and stuff like that. That's a lot of fun too. These squirrels are a little bit adorable. I agree. I don't like to. I don't like to like. I can't. I'm not bragging about the art when I say the actual squirrels themselves are adorable. They look pretty cute. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're only like an hour into this. I get a little nervous over doing these wood things because I don't do these things all that often. Like this is literally the second one I've ever done, so I don't know how long they take. So I have to watch that clock a little bit closer because I don't want to be sitting here for 3 hours doing wood carving and like all of you guys done left and stuff. And I'm like, why did everybody leave? And I'm like, oh, that's 3 hours. That's why. So I kind of like the get some of this. I like how this looks like the inside of wood. I need to really reinforce that a little bit. Gotta get this edge here. Rum Dog says looking good. Jeremy, have you been to Walmart? The people of Walmart. So I love Walmart for like people watching. There's a website called People of Walmart. I don't know if it's still around. It used to be around. It probably got moved to Reddit or something like that. But that I used to have so much fun hanging out on People of Walmart because really, if you want to know what America is like, go to peopleofwalmart.com because Walmart. I mean, it's so weird because like Walmart is kind of like a recent phenomenon. Like especially like Walmart supercenters. That's all like in the last 20, 30 years. Um, Walmart wasn't always a piece of Americana like it is nowadays. Um, but certainly nowadays, if you want to get to know what the typical American person is like, it's all at Walmart. Every American type walks through Walmart at some point. I love Walmart for that. And yeah, such a cross section of human experience there at Walmart. Um, I wouldn't actually, I would take a job at Walmart as a like door greeter just to get to talk to some of these people. That is something I would enjoy doing. I don't care how much they even pay. I would work at Walmart just to meet people, especially here in Kentucky. Here in Kentucky, all the best people hang out at Walmart. There's some snobs. There are some snobs that's like, oh, I will never go to Walmart. Screw that. Um, we have a Kroger here, which is kind of like your grocery store. I don't like they're always named different. Other places like Publix and Ralph's and stuff like that, but here they're called Krogers. There there are some people who would never go to Walmart. They would only go to Kroger's or Whole Foods or something like that. And I go to Kroger sometimes. I go to Whole Foods. Well, I don't go to Whole Foods all that often because they're kind of pricey. Or Trader Joe's. We have a Trader Joe's here and stuff. So there are some people who would never go to Walmart, but I prefer Walmart. Walmart is awesome. I love it. All my art supplies come from Walmart. No, that's not true. I get most of my art supplies from Amazon. It's just more convenient. But the people at Walmart, the people are great. Yeah, lots of Karens at Walmart. Lots of, not just Karens though, like, especially old men. Old men are set in their ways, right? So, like, if you think that, I don't know what the male equivalent of a Karen is. I want to say like a Kevin, but Kevin implies like somebody young. If you want to find somebody who's set in their ways, who won't put up with any shit, who would just they have something in their mind and they're sticking to it. That's old men. Forget about women. Old men have like something in their mind and they're not letting it go. Like if an old man goes to Walmart and they don't have what he wants in stock, that guy he's just upset. He is so upset. I don't know. Like I don't know how popular Golden Corrals are anymore. But I'm sure most people like here have something around them that's like all you can eat buffet. Around here, it's Golden Corral. If you want to meet American people, right? There's a couple of places to meet these people. One is the Great American Rest Area. The other one is the Great American Rest Stop or like a truck stop. Sorry. So the rest area, the truck stop, Walmart certainly if you want to meet a true American, but then also the buffet. Right. So around here, there's a place called Golden Corral. It's a chain. It's probably in other places, and there's probably other buffets in other towns and stuff like that. But here, there's a Golden Corral, and I thought, hey, you know what? I like all you can eat food. I like food. Food's good. Um, Usually, whenever I want all you can eat food, I go to like a Chinese buffet because I love Chinese food, and I'm like, I want something different. I want all you can eat. I just want to pig out. I just want to eat all the food, but I don't want Chinese food, so I want to go to like something else, right? So Golden Corral here is basically that. So like it's all you can eat, and it's like just a bunch of random dishes. It's not like any particular thing. So I'm like, I'm gonna go to this Golden Corral, and I'm just gonna pig out, right? I don't remember it being this way when I was younger at like buffets, but certainly it's this way now. You show up at these buffets, people aren't just like overweight. These people look like they're professional eaters, right? And I'm not one to criticize somebody who's got a couple extra pounds on them. I've got a couple extra pounds on myself. Like I haven't been exercising as much as I have in the past and stuff like that. So I'm not here to judge somebody's body type and stuff. But at these buffets, these people look like champion professional food eaters, right? And that's just how they look, right? So I look past that. Like, yeah, everybody there is larger than they really should be, and they really shouldn't be at like a buffet. They should probably be on like a treadmill or something like that. But I'm not even thinking about that when I'm there. So I show up, and I'm like, I'm standing in line, and I'm trying to get. I don't know, like ham or something. There's like a variety of things at these Golden Corrals, and I'm just trying to get some ham, and this is really what I want to comment on. So this is the American people nowadays. So like I'm there at the buffet and there's this guy. He is so pissed off at the people on the other side of the counter that they don't have his particular thing. I don't even remember what it was. Let's call it like tacos or something, right? So like there's ham that I want and there's tacos that he wants and they're out of tacos. This guy is pissed. He is so mad at the people on the other end of the counter that they don't have his tacos. Now this guy, like I said, this guy he looks like he can use a little less tacos in his life. I mean, the guy's eating a lot of tacos, is what I'm saying. But this guy, he is mad. And the thing is, I'm like, okay, well, this is a Karen, right? This is a male Karen. He's just mad over his tacos or whatever it was. And I'm like, this isn't the norm. So I go back, I get my ham, I go back to my table, and I've got too much on my plate too. It's like overflowing. When in Rome and all that. Uh, so I'm gorging out. Just because that's the whole reason I went there is I wanted to pick out. And I go back, and sure enough, there's this other guy, not the original guy, not the tacos. This time, this guy wants, I don't know, let's say mac and cheese. This guy is pissed that they ran out of mac and cheese. These guys, they're they're like their expectations are that every single thing that they want to eat, it's always there at that buffet. And if it's not there at that buffet, they want to talk to the manager. They're pissed about it. And that's America, I guess now. Like we 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 like our buffets, and if we don't have what we want on that buffet, then somebody's going to hear about it. And and like I said, it's not even just that one guy. It was multiple guys at this thing, and there were probably women too. I don't want to just pick on the guys, even though the guys they're the worst. Um, but I don't know. Maybe it was just the day I went to the Golden Corral or something. But these people, they were serious. They were serious about their food. They were super serious about their food. Um, But yeah, like I don't know. I don't know if it's always that way at buffets, but it certainly seems to be that way now. Anyway, we got bushy tail up here. That's what I was. And again, I don't, like I don't want to pick on people's body types. Like we all overeat. It's just the way it is and stuff. I'm more talking about their attitude. Their attitude was super entitled over those tacos and mac and cheese. Like that's what I'm actually talking about. It wasn't that they overeat. I was there overeating myself. Um, it's it's the fact that they were mad. They were super mad that they were out of items, and every one of them walked away with like I don't know, at least a foot tall of food. It's like who cares if they have your tacos, man? You got plenty of other things on your plate. Go eat that first. Maybe they'll have some tacos there. I don't know. like I don't even know how I got on this topic, but yeah, that's if you want to meet Americans, go to Walmart, go to rest areas, go to truck stops, and go to the Great American Buffet. That's where you meet real Americans. Um, there's a place in Vegas that's kind of like a novelty. You get to eat for free. I forget the name of it, but you get to eat for free if you weigh over 300 pounds. So that's a novelty, and that's a joke. Like they're doing it because like nobody ever measures up to 300 pounds. But even though that's a joke, there are some places in the world where that is kind of like actually a serious thing. I don't know. We're all like that though. The taco sandwiches versus the manager. Yeah, exactly, exactly. They were upset. They were upset about the. I get a little upset too about like I don't know if I went there specifically for tacos, but it's not like it's Taco Bell. Like if you go to Taco Bell and they don't have any tacos, yeah, you have a right to be upset. Like that's the whole reason you go to Taco Bell is for tacos or burritos. I like burritos. I'm more of a burrito person than a taco person. I like I like everything wrapped up in a nice little blanket. I think these squirrels are starting to come to life a little bit. So imagine this sitting out in the woods. You're walking through the woods and you see this there. I think that's cool. So basically, so basically, the theme of tonight is that I want to create art that makes people happy when they leave the Golden Corral buffet and they didn't have the tacos they wanted. So, so if you go to the buffet and they don't have the tacos you want, then go out for a walk in the woods so you can find my art, and that'll make you happy. Happiness through art. I mean, seriously, like I don't know how to start a movement, but that's actually a movement I can get behind. Like just hiding art out in the woods and stuff like that. Again, I think I would have to. I think I would have to be careful on the wording. A little spark fell down in this little crevice. So I need to make sure that that doesn't burn. Um, I need to be careful on the wording of the movement because, like, I don't want people out there graffitiizing. So, like, I, I see both sides. So, like, I've been hiking in the yeah. Hater does need a new 100% Rome dog. Hater needs a cooking channel for sure. We talked about that before. Hater is like my go-to food person. So I'm like wiping my nose on it, almost set myself on fire. Um, yeah, Hater definitely needs like a food channel. Anyway, um, so I go hiking in the Rocky Mountains, or I have in the past, and one of the things that I like is aspen trees. People carve blazes on aspen trees, and I like it. I think it's kind of cool. I think it's like the street art of the woods and stuff. Now, some people they disagree, and I see their point of view. I just don't happen to agree with them. Like, as long as it's not harming the tree, like the tree's not going to die or something from the blaze that you carve into it, then you know it's all good. So some people don't even like that and stuff. I get the point of view that like you're harming a tree by carving a blaze into it. So I'm not going to argue the point too much. It's just maybe you shouldn't be carving blazes in, but at least appreciate the blazes that you do find out there. I think it's kind of cool. I think it's the street art of the woods. That said, um, I don't think I should be encouraging people to go out there and carve blazes. So when I say leave art out there in the woods, I don't mean vandalism. Like don't go carving up trees. I mean like actually create something like this, do something on like stone, like a carving on stone or something like that, and then place it out there in the woods. I think that would be kind of cool. Rumdog says next guest on your stream. Yeah, it'd be awesome if Hater comes on and cooks us a meal while we're doing the art. That'd be cool. 100% Hater. If you ever want to come on my channel and like you can look at my channel as like a proving ground for when you want to go and create your own channel. Like if you want to come on my channel and just try it out, see if you like it before you do your own channel, I'll have you on. Like I would love to see you actually cook a meal while we're doing I don't know, like a drawing of squirrels or something. That'd be cool. Wonder how hot that pen gets. So that's a great so this is 791 degrees, and that's why it's glowing. Let's see if I can. Yeah, see how it glows? That's kind of cool, right? So that's 791 degrees, and it's like focused on the point, which is like causing it to glow. And then the actual apparatus itself, it gets kind of warm around here, so I can only kind of hold it for so long before I have to like move my hand because it's so hot. So it's kind of cool. I love pyrography, however it's pronounced. I love it. I want to get like a blowtorch and do more and stuff. I want to do like a big piece, like a big showpiece after I get better at it. But just burning things, I don't know. Like I don't consider myself like a pyromaniac or anything like that, but I like a good campfire. I like fire in general. I'm not like fascinated by it like in a burn down your building kind of way, or burn down your house or whatever. But I do find it fun. I like burning things, so like this is right up my alley. But yeah, this is hot. That's if you think about it, like to cook a pizza, like this is what you would cook a pizza at. But yeah, like right here, like in my it like it's not blistered, but it does feel like warm, and I have to move it around a little bit. So I guess you would probably get used to it after a while if you were doing this like all the time. I guess you could probably wear like some of those thermal gloves that you use like when cooking or something. Like they have those. I'm not that worried about it. I mentioned before I used to smoke back in the day. It's not that different. Like you burn your fingers when you smoke. It's so awesome. I'm feeling squirrely. Thanks, kid. I appreciate that. You guys are so nice. Like I don't feel like it looks that great, but um we're getting there. We're trying. The problem is I don't really know how to do shading in this. I have to make marks to kind of like hatch in darker areas, which is not bad. I mean, it's a style of art, but it's not the style I really want. I want to be able to like, kind of. The other thing is that like it's not like I really sanded this wood. If I were doing this as like a showpiece, like for a gallery or something like that, I would probably take the time. First off, I would take the time to find the proper wood. I like this piece of wood, but I would make sure it's like oak or something, some kind of hardwood that's like you don't want your art to be on pine. Like pine is pretty boring. So you would want to choose the right wood, and then I would take the time to actually prepare the wood where I sand it down, plane it, whatever I need to do. This you can see the marks in it from where this is basically how it was chainsawed. Um, but they had a big storm. A lot of trees blew down. They had these out in a park, just sitting there, and I'm like, well, I don't mind if I do. I'm like, I will create something cool out of that and go and hide it in the woods. But I think this more than my other drawings, pepper shading. Yeah, there you go. Or like stipple art or something like that. So this more than my other drawings, I think requires a little bit more patience because it does take a little while. Like I can get there if I'm just patient, and that's the struggle for me. I don't have a like if you're going to be a professional artist, if you're going to be a good artist, all right, it's really about like just practice, 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 doing something over and over again because it is an acquired skill. But the one thing that you can't learn, well, you can learn this too. I'm just saying it's a struggle. Is patience. You know, patience is a personality trait. It's not something that you just kind of learn in the same way. Like you can learn patience, you can practice patience, you can get better at patience, but it's something different. You know, it's not like it's drawing skills or something. But yeah, patience is something I don't have a lot of nowadays. Obviously, I have a little bit of patience. You have to have some patience to be an artist because really it is like anybody would do this if they had patience. The thing is, it's like I enjoy doing this instead of watching TV. So it's like everybody has patience. Like you have patience to watch a 2 hour movie because that's what you enjoy doing. I have the patience to do art because that's what I enjoy doing. Some people enjoy fishing. You know, you have the patience to fish. You may not have the patience to do this, but you have the patience to go fishing. You know, everybody's got something. I developed my cooking skills early on by assisting my mom in the kitchen when I was just 10. So you could say that I'm a bit of a mama's boy. We all are. All of my discarded art that I don't like, my mom ends up with. She loves it. Whenever I do a rabbit, it's because my mom likes rabbits. I almost always give her my rabbit pictures. Getting the whiskers in there. So like I don't like drawing whiskers with like pen or pencil or something like that, but with these with this it's actually pretty easy. Bet you it'd be easy to like sign your name with one of these too. Yeah, it's just patience. Like I'm looking at this, I'm like it's starting to look a little bit less cartoony. That's what I'm concerned about whenever I do like a picture that doesn't have a lot of shading on it and stuff. It looks kind of cartoony to me, and that's it's not the style I like to create. I mean, I don't need it to look photorealistic, but it needs to have a little bit of believability, I guess. Convincing. That's a word I always use. Like I actually I've been pretty consistent about that since I started doing YouTube shows where I have to explain what I'm doing. Um, I don't shoot for realism. I shoot for convincing, right? So like if I can convince you that this is a squirrel, I've done my job. It doesn't have to look like a photo of a squirrel. You know, actually, also like remember the audience, right? So like I always try to do a good job, but the truth of it is, it's like this isn't like a commissioned work. This is like this is something somebody's going to find out in the woods. It it doesn't have to be perfect, right? That's the way I look at it. Are you going to varnish it? I'm going to use oil. I don't know what kind of oil you're supposed to use on wood, but I'm going to look that up, and that's what I'm going to do. I want to oil it instead of like make it like all slick and stuff. I want it to be kind of natural. Jeremy, I appreciate your suggestion, but I'm content with my role as a staking validator and Web3 developer. You don't want to be a chef as well? You have to see. Here's the thing. Here's the actual thing. Like I've talked about this before. So one of the reasons I do this show is because I do program in my day job, like life, right? That's my thing, and it's not very creative. You have to balance your analytics with analytical type things with creativity, you know. And maybe you find some creativity in your other stuff, so it doesn't like you can ignore what I'm saying. But if you don't have creativity in your other stuff, then you should be a chef, is what I'm saying. I tend to be a bit introvert and feel shy in front of a camera, but I'm really excited about the idea of cooking for you all on a live stream soon. That'd be cool. Yeah. Um, Rum Dog, you can speak to this. Like, it's awfully uncomfortable to be on camera. I still feel uncomfortable on camera sometimes. But eventually you get over it, you know. I'm an introvert. I don't like public speaking, but being on camera is not as bad. Um, once you get into it and stuff, you kind of let some of that stuff go. Like if I was always doing horrible art, like it would be a little bit difficult to be on camera. Some of the stuff I think create like even when I create bad art, it's still like fun talking point, you know. So I don't feel as awkward as I did um my very first stream. My very first stream, it didn't turn out exactly the way I had in mind. But the more I thought about it, I'm like, it's still a good attempt, and it's fun to talk about your failures just as much as your successes. So I don't mind failing in public anymore. Like I try not to, but if I do, it's not a big deal. And, like I mean, who actually cares? If you screw up, you just start over again and do better. So this is where the patience comes in. I feel like a lot of this area should be like super dark. This is where if I had the smell of this is good, by the way. Like it smells like a campfire. I love that. So that's one of the benefits of doing this, by the way, is like it smells like a campfire. Um, if I had a blowtorch, I can make short work of some of these darker areas that I want to put in. That's where the patience come in. But anyway, I think some of this stuff will probably be stuff I have to finish up off camera, but that's okay. Um, talked I wasn't going to. I was like, shit, if I don't, I never will. And Jeremy was a great host. Yeah, so Rome, it's really about like just having a conversation. It's not like I feel like it's a little bit more challenging if you just have to make up things to say and you don't really have any kind of like thing to go off of. So what's great about like having you on is we've never met, we've never talked before, but like I ask you questions, you ask me questions and stuff. It's like a normal conversation. It's like how people actually act in the real world. It makes it less awkward, but it also helps to have like a visual aid. I can imagine if you're doing like a cooking show, it's definitely that you're explaining what you're doing. You're showing off like, hey, I've got this like thing in this pan. It's cooking and stuff like that. So part of the reason why I can do this, where if I was just filling the air with like I don't know my thoughts on life, uh, it would be a lot more difficult if I didn't have like some little like visual aid or something to distract you guys with while I was talking nonsense about aliens and stuff. I probably couldn't have a conversation about people at Walmart if I didn't have something to distract you, like little pretty squirrels or whatever. I don't know. I think these guys are cool. I would like to find these guys out in the woods. I think that'd be awesome. So the idea is this would be sitting up against a tree or something like that, and they would be peeking out at you. I think that'd be cool. And like you would have to notice them. So like that's one of the fun parts of it. Like you could probably walk like some people could probably walk by these guys out in the woods and never notice them just because they're not being observant. And then whoever is observant, I don't know, they're looking for snakes or something, they would notice these guys and then they would get the reward of being able to keep it. Felt very natural and I got to get into my zone. You got this. Yeah, Rome. Like, I mean, anytime you want to come on my show, I think it'd be fun. like I said, I want to do this pretty regularly, having guests on the thing. And I can have up to six even without paying for that StreamYard. So like I'm cheap. I'm probably never gonna pay for the StreamYard just because like I mean I don't know, it's like $200 a year. Um, so it's not cheap. Uh, so I'll probably never pay for it, but they still allow you to have like six guests on at one time. So like we can have a party. Maybe we'll do like a Christmas drawing party or something. That'd be cool. Whoever finds this will be blessed and probably put it up on display in their house. Thanks, Willie. I appreciate that. And that's how I feel about your like stone stuff. So like I really hope that you do that. That sounds awesome. I know that you have some artistic skill. I've seen some of your stuff before. So I think that if you did some rocks out there, like the rock thing, I don't think I could do any kind of rock carving unless I'm using like a Dremel or something like that. But painting and stuff, I'd have to look into like how do I preserve that so that like it doesn't the weather doesn't get it because like there's really no telling how long something will stay out there before it's discovered. Like this one, I'm gonna try to hide a little bit better than my foxes. My foxes were found like day one. Like treasure hunts that end the day one. That's never good. You wanna make it a little bit challenging. There's a Reddit subreddit for Lexington, Kentucky. I might actually make clues for this and then um, see if anybody can find it. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe I'll write a poem or something. Squirrels in the wood. If you find them, you could take them home. I don't know. Like I'm not very good, but I'll have Chat GPT write my poem. Yeah, six artists would be fun. I think that would be like that would be really cool. Like different styles and stuff like that. The other guy who was supposed to pop on, he said he couldn't make it. There were two other people. BIC, who's in here sometimes because I can. Um, he was supposed to come on. I think I can get him back. I think he was just too busy, and he doesn't check his email too often, so I should probably send him a text next time I do one of these things. I can get him on. The other guy, Dondrell, who's like linked in the description and stuff. It'd be kind of interesting to see. So like I gave the theme of like a superhero. So this guy, I didn't even know what kind of art he did when I threw that out there. Probably wouldn't have thrown that out there if I had known. He does the abstract art, so it would have been kind of cool to see, like if he did, like I give you the option, like you can do whatever you want. You don't have to do my theme or whatever, but like it would have been kind of cool to see how he approached doing superheroes with like his abstract art because he's actually like I mean he has his own studio. He does live stream from his studio, which maybe one day I'll have that, but it's not in the cards right now. So anyway, I think it would have been cool if he had made it on and just kind of seen what his interpretation would have been. Because like everybody's style is different. But hey, if anybody out there does art or cooking or whatever, and you want to come on my channel, we can work out on the schedule and stuff. But seriously, like you can ask Rome, it is a low key thing. It's not something that should stress you out. You don't have to talk if you don't want to. If you just want to sit there and draw pictures, and never say a word, you can do like, this could be your entire communication. You can just give like hand gestures, whatever you want. Like you don't have to talk. I'm not going to pressure you into it. I might ask you questions and stuff like that just to make you feel included, but you don't have to show your face. You don't have to like talk all that much if you don't want to. Whatever, you know. I just I just think it's fun. And if you think it's fun too, then we can have fun together. I like the idea of like a bunch of artists just doing like a little art thing. It's because I don't have any art friends in real life. That's the problem. I mean, I have a few friends, but none of them are like into art, so it's not like we can have like an art party. I need more art friends. That's what it is. How do you make art friends? Maybe I should go to more art things. Yeah, like there are figure drawing things every now and then. Maybe I should go to those and like network with people and just like make more art friends. If I had art friends, I would invite them on. Um, Most of my friends they don't do like podcasts or anything like. I have a friend that does podcasts. He does a podcast about Kurt Russell, like Kurt Russell rules on Spotify. If you ever get a chance to listen to that, that's my friend, Ian. Uh, I could get him on here, I'm sure, talking about Kurt Russell while I draw Kurt Russell. But I did that for like Christmas last year, so that wouldn't be anything new. Plus, um, like he does it with his other friend Joe, so like Joe would probably need to get in on that too. This is looking okay. I'm pretty happy with it. It's not perfect, but maybe give it another 5-10 minutes. There's um there's some post work that I need to do. Like there's some areas that I think I need to darken in. Um, Women shape the universe, and our mothers are a divine gift, often taken for granted. It's only when they leave us that we truly grasp the significance in our life. So, whenever you are feeling stressed, give your mother a warm hug. It can be more effective than any antidepressant. I like that. That is nice. I like that. That's very nice, Hater. I appreciate that. Yeah, I 100% agree. I don't feel like women get the recognition they deserve. I don't. I wish they would. Um, my last job was I worked 12 years at a horse organization, not just a horse organization, the biggest horse organization in the United States. And no surprise, women love horses. So like most of my coworkers were women. Uh, I think it was I think it was maybe one of five guys who worked there. The rest were women. So I absolutely appreciate women in the workplace and stuff. But in my own family, yeah, my mom's a huge influence. I really love my mom. She likes my art too, so I appreciate that. One of these days, I'm going to bring my dad on. Like, he was going to come on the last time, but it didn't work out. Like, I will get him on here for you guys because I know that you guys want to meet him. I could probably get him drawing something too. I don't know. We'll have to see. I told him like it'd be kind of fun. So he's left-handed, my dad. So I could be drawing with my right hand while he's drawing with his left, and that would be kind of interesting. So I think when you're doing art this style, it's probably a little bit like wood block cutting or something. You end up putting like a lot of like darkness around the objects and stuff to kind of like separate them out. I think that's kind of cool. All right. So we are probably getting close to calling it. How we doing on time? Yeah, maybe like 5 more minutes. It's not like I don't have more to do on this. It's just there's only so much that I can do during a live stream, and I want to be respectful of you guys' time. Yeah, my dad drawing would be kind of neat. I don't know if he wants to draw. I don't know if he just wants to come out and hang out with you guys. Like I think he's jealous, to be honest. Like he loves it whenever you guys mention him. Like when he pops in here and stuff like that, and you guys say hi to him. I think I think he wants to come on just to talk to you guys. If I can, I'll get him to draw because he does draw. I've shown off some of his work in the past and stuff. But I think he just wants to hang out with you guys and talk to you. So we'll see. I don't know if I would need the StreamYard for that. I can probably get them in person. All right, I think I'm gonna wrap this up. Like I said, there's some details that I want to do. I just love the smell of this. Oh, it just smells so good. It smells like a campfire. I don't know what kind of wood this is. I'm gonna have to find out, but this is really nice wood. But yeah, so like I need to I think the art itself is probably fine enough for what I'm wanting to do here. I think I just need to oil this up. I don't know what kind of oil. I don't know if it's like linseed oil or like what the deal is, but I will find out. Maybe mineral oil. I don't know what people oil wood with, but I'm gonna do that, which will kind of make it a little bit darker in these parts. Maybe I'll do like less oil. I could use like some light white or something, kind of come through and do some highlights. Especially if that's wax that'll hold up out in the woods. That'd be kind of cool. So I'll make those kind of decisions. I don't want to go too far. Like some people paint over this stuff. Willie says I'd put epoxy on it. Yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe to seal it. I'll think about that. I don't know how much. I don't know how like I don't know how much effort it's going to be for people to find it. Like if I was putting this out in the woods for like a year or something, I would be concerned about preserving it. But if I expect it to be found like the same weekend or something, like if I put it like just on a trail or something where somebody will like run across it, then I don't feel like I need to preserve it too much. You know what I mean? I feel like it just needs to like handle maybe like one or two rainfalls or something like that. I don't know. I'll put some thought into it. Whatever I do, I'll let you guys know. I mean, at the very least, I'll put like a little comment on the community page or something like that. But I'm hoping to do like a video. I still have video footage of like the last time that I hid the fox one, so I do kind of want to make this one a little bit harder. That one was too easy. Anyway. All right, I think I'm done. Well, yeah. So, great question, Willie. So, on the Fox one, what I did is like on the back, I wrote the YouTube channel. I actually put in the video link. I put my name and my email address so that they could reach out to me. Yeah, absolutely. I would do that. I wouldn't. It's not so much about signing the front of it, but I would put information about like how they can get a hold of me on the back because otherwise, what's the point? Like it's only fun if somebody reaches out and lets me know that they found it. Well, that's not true. If nobody ever reached out and stuff, that would be totally fine too. Because, like, I mean, I prefer to hear from people just to see how, like his story. The guy who found it, he found it with his kids, so that's a great story. I want to hear that. So yeah, absolutely. I'll put my contact info on it. Lorraine says I need to find this. I need to go out to Lorraine's neck of the woods and hide it. That'd be great. That's the other thing. Like, I love doing this. I'll probably do more of these in the future, and I think that that's something that I'll consider. So, like, instead of just hiding it locally, maybe I'll take a road trip and go and put this somewhere so that I uh, I reach out and branch out and like things like that to, or maybe I'll put it on the back of a like a semi truck at a rest area. Since we've been talking about rest areas, maybe I'll when somebody's sleeping in their truck or something, I'll attach this to the back of their truck and let them take a little road trip or something. That'd be cool. Anyway, um, yeah, I think I'm about done. Probably a little bit more work on it, but and then oil it up and then put it out there in the woods. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. It's a little bit different than what I usually do. Again, I don't have like the skill set that I really need yet. Like if you go to some of the other pyrography, I can't even pronounce the word. If you go to some of the other like really good people and stuff, they create amazing pieces of art. I don't think this is that bad. Like it's comparable to some of the other stuff that I've seen online. It's just not the expert quality that I want it to be at this point. But that's what practice is for. And then these practice pieces and stuff, put them out in the woods. It'd be kind of cool. Again, I really like this wood. The way that they cut it, it's just perfect for like they didn't even intentionally do this. This is just found wood left over from that storm. But as you can see, it's got this nice flat edge on the bottom. Probably like some polyurethane or something to seal up the bark and stuff would be cool too. But yeah, here on the back it's flat as well. I'll put like contact information back here or something like that. Um, but I don't really want to stain this. I want it to look natural. But yeah, I mean, you can't really like see it, but it'd be like perfect for like a little desktop ornament or something like that. So All right, we'll finish this up. We'll get it out in the woods and stuff. I think that this is a better find than the fox one. The fox one was pretty cool, and it was like my first one, but just the way that this is carved, and again, no fault of my own. This is how I found it. Just the way that this is carved, you can put it on like a mantle or something like that. So anyway, I love these guys. They're great. I'm gonna call them Chip and Dale, even though they're not chipmunks. It's fine. But anyway, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys letting me experiment. Again, like sometimes, I piece of bark falling off. Sometimes I enjoy, trying different things that are outside of my comfort zone. I don't have like a lot of skill in doing pyrography or whatever it is. But it's still kind of fun. I think they look like squirrels, so that's good enough for me. I like the big bushy tail. This is nice. I think this guy turned out maybe a little bit cuter than this one. I don't know. I like this guy. He's got a little puffy cheeks. There's supposed to be like a nut here, but I don't think that really translated well. But anyway, it is what it is. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Um, Hopefully you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you guys back on Tuesday, where we'll be creating something else. Who knows what? We'll find out then. But yeah, yeah, and special thanks to Hader for the recipe. Like you got to scroll up a little bit, but he gave us his butter chicken recipe, which I'm dying to try myself. So I'm going to try that out. Hopefully, some of you other guys get to try it out as well, and it'd be kind of fun if you share you know your experience cooking that or making that recipe, because we're going to get Hader doing his own cooking show at some point, even if he tries it out here first. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, appreciate you guys hanging out with me on a Thursday night. I will see you guys on Tuesday. Have a great weekend. Bye. Have a good one. Thanks.